from Albany, New York, it's PLL Saturday Night Lacrosse on ESPN, powered by Ticketmaster. It's the final game of opening weekend, Atlas homecoming. It's rainy, it's cold, and tensions are high. Boston and New York do not like each other. Quint Kesnick down on the sidelines.
It's exactly the pace the Cannons want to create.
Ryan Drenner save. Entenmann, he springs out of the cage.
Buckle up, this is sick tempo.
This game's been caffeinated.
Range.
Nolting to Holman, save Entenmann. Marcus Holman, former attackman of the year in the PLL. 3 early. Xander Dixon, that one turned away by Colin Kirst.
The Cannons better clean things up defensively, off ball on Dixon. To your point.
There's Mick Kelly, rookie out of Denver, and that's good.
And there's just no help, there's no support. Entenmann comes out, plays a bit of a higher arc here, and as Kelly gets close to the cage, watch him drop his release point a little bit to find some daylight on that near pipe.
He is a big body, two-handed stud, the rookie out of Denver. When you watch him on tape and you go through the draft process, he reminds me a lot of Jack Hanna, who's from Denver.
Live, Campbell, feet in front, Holman gets loose and scores. 10-time All-Star, and still near the peak of his powers at age 34.
Credit Boston for staying with that power play, as it looks like it was not going according to plan. But a nice skip and then top step by Holman. You think of him as the righty gunslinger. He's still got the lefty in his bag.
Accelerating the other way, 81 in white. Owen Grant, he shoots. Entenmann the save. And so now the Atlas still with the power play. California for the 3rd overall pick. There's Jones, thought about a 2, feeds inside. Jackson, the slam dunk.
Another, so once Jones catches it, we'll freeze it right here. This is the read, he's reading Bryce Young. Whether he decides to go out or stay inside right here. Once he starts moving to his left, it's gonna open up this skip lane right behind him. So once he sees that little step out by Young, he knows he's got the skip.
I think the cue there for Miles Jones is Bryce Young's head isn't on a swivel. As a defender in that low goal line extended area, you want to see the ball, but also you want your head on a swivel so you understand who's behind you. When
rookie debut, 2 goals yesterday. Nice move, bounce shot, saved by Kirst.
These goalies are on.
Yes.
These goalies are on. This score could easily be like 6-5.
Big Ten offensive player at Penn State. Trainer in front, lost it, recovers, behind the back, sorcery.
That was sick.
Some chirping after the play. It's Boston, it's New York, it's Saturday night. But if you've watched Matt Trainer play over the 4 years at Penn State, this is not surprising. Schellenberger spot feeds him here. It's a check, but the follow through, and knowing you have no angle, you're toast, dead to rights, but not if you have that in the bag.
Costabile, denied by Kirst.
High.
Miles with a trail check on Grant. Drenner. Nolting against Rex Road. Little 2-man game with Holman. He's picked up by Carpenter, who was the LSM of the year as a rookie. Will Manny from Marcus Holman. And a sneer of cold command by the grizzled vet, Will Manny.
You can see the joy
Yes.
and simultaneous sense of relief in one moment for the veteran Will Manny You know that goal out of the 281 he's had before just meant a little something different. Back on the Cannons, simple cut. His old line mate, the bunk bed boys, Holman feeds Manny, and he's automatic from in tight.
That is a beautiful thing. This is a guy who's never quit. Full circle, yep. He got traded from the Boston Cannons to the New York Lizards in a crazy trade and just dominated for many, many years, and this is great to see, Q.
Scoring goals for decades. That felt special. What was that one like?
Felt good, Quinn. That's all I can say.
That's it.
Staying present right now. That felt good, though.
Negative connotation. I was welcoming him to the league and giving him some pointers.
Will Manny
does it
two
again.
In a row. Manny being Manny on Saturday night.
26th, 2023.
And the ball just kind of starts finding your stick.
Yeah. And if you watch this guy in the offseason, he never quits. He's always working like he's a rookie trying to prove himself. Just to see him get this opportunity on Saturday night back for the Boston Cannons is just awesome to see.
He's also trying to prove, Ryan, that, hey, there's something left in the tank. Holman from long range, save Entenmann. Quint, they also led the league in two-point attempts. Matt Campbell's a threat from two. Inside feed to Drenner, a BB. And the Cannons take the lead at 5-4.
This is an elite dagger of a pass by Campbell. You're talking about twos. He led the league in twos, Matt Campbell, known as an outside hired gun. But this pass to Drenner, the timing, the anticipation, and then the accuracy, gorgeous.
It's awareness of knowing when you've got to throw a feed with touch and lead a guy versus feet.
And power. Just watch how he just doesn't get thrown off in the leverage game.
Campbell back to Nolting. Good look, Drenner with his second straight goal. And the Cannons once again have a two-goal advantage.
This is when the Cannons are at their best offensively, sharing the rock and the ball just ping-ponging from stick to stick. This is ultra quick ball movement. You see the skip by Campbell to Nolting, who quickly finds Drenner inside. And Ryan Drenner, he is just a complete offensive player. Kark, you talked about him earlier. You know, played attack back at Towson many moons ago. He's a midfielder at the professional ranks. He can score right-handed, he can score left-handed, time and...
Drenner does a little bit of everything, like you mentioned. Back-to-back goals, wow!
Zach Tucci, make it, take it, turn and rake it.
This is why the violation is so critical. If Trevor Baptiste is at the stripe, he's not being beaten cleanly. He might lose the face-off, but this is just pinch and pop, get it out front. And Tucci, who had some monster games scoring last year, winning goals. Violation by Trevor Baptiste, but Ryan, Drenner does a little bit of everything, like you mentioned. Back-to-back goals, wow!
Zach Tucci, make it, take it, turn and rake it.
This is why the violation is so critical. If Trevor Baptiste is at the stripe, he's not being beaten cleanly. He might lose the face-off, but this is just pinch and pop, get it out front. And Tucci, who had some monster games scoring last year, winning goals, sticks that one. You see the location of that shot too. And Quint, you were breaking down the wide stance. If you look at that wide stance, that's a hard shot for Entenmann to track when it's off hip.
Rachel DiCecco has come down off the tented area, the main table, to talk to Matty Palom. And you know, I think the players have to wear a chest protection this season.
Jones, his feed is tipped. Bryce Young got a piece. Now Schellenberger. Moving it around the perimeter. Shelley, Costabile, Jones fakes the two. Schellenberger And that one squeaks through. Schellenberger with his first goal of the game. That was his first shot of the game.
We were calling for it as the official goes under the progressive. You needed Schellenberger, and Mike Pressler knew it as well, to get him involved in the game. Went 6 quarters without a shot. This
Hog shot blocked by Camizio. Adler can't scoop it. Costabile makes his move on Trainer. Help doesn't come. Costabile all the way.
He will be the other guy.
right side.
Right side. Short stick matchup. We saw him feast last night with a hat trick. More so on the opposite side. This time, from that right wing, he goes underneath. That little hesitation move freezes the defense. No support, no slide, no problem for Costabile.
Feed the hungry belly.
And Ron, we talked about this at the Champ Series. You know, for the Atlas, his Holman shot is saved by Entenmann. The story has been, can they win?
Realistic hype, right?
And these teams finished last regular season with identical records.
Yep, 7-3.
Campbell bayonets inside and scores.
This guy's something, man. He is. We've seen elite passing from him with the right hand. Now we're seeing him dodge with the left hand. He is a big body, a marked man, one of the brightest young stars in the league. That little shake and that plant foot with his right, and a 2-ball off one of the wins.
Meanwhile, we're told Danny Logan, reigning short stick D-Midi of the year, out for the game. It's an upper body injury. Trainer from Jones.
Oh.
Who continues a fantastic night from a distribution standpoint. That's his 3rd assist.
He's dealing, and Matt Trainer is directly off of a face-off win. That's crazy when you think about it. So we're talking about the advantage 9-6. The advantage was heavy, Boston, if you count that 2-ball. So finally they're finding offense directly off of a face-off win.
Last year, the Atlas scored a third of the time almost off of face-off wins. Ramsey to Holman with a flamethrower.
Goal, Boston.
That is what makes him one of the best sharpshooters of all time. Look at the spray in the net. I'll tell you one thing that makes playing in the rain not such a bad thing. Look at the back of the net when Marcus Holman absolutely unleashes this.
And Garg, I want to go back to the Owen Grant pickup and then flick back off the face-off. Watch Grant here. He's double-teamed, and he's just going to flick it behind his head. That's what keys this transition. And then Ramsey's ability to win that one-on-one matchup. And splash!
Venomous strike. Look at that. That is vintage Marcus Holman.
We got a fountain. Here's Graydon Hogg. Played his college ball at Albany. That's a flag on Costabile. Easy call.
Oh, we got buried. This
We
is
got
going to get
more flags. These teams don't like each other. Tensions were already high entering the game. And Matty Palem and his crew have to get in there quickly.
Wiped out all even. Mar, he'll tell you that this guy can get to the rack. The underneath dodge, under pressure, gets held, gets hammered from behind, and still finds pay dirt. This is having a nose for the cage and toughness.
You talk about efficiency in the 32.
Way to the box and guarding him and keeping the ball down low.
And then the other thing, I think some of Trevor's wins have been back towards the defensive half as opposed to him pinching
What a
and popping.
feed to a cutting Drenner. They're going to check the clock to see if he beat the game clock, but it looked like it counted.
Let's see, does he get it off before 0? Yeah, that's a goal. Look at the release. That ball is released at 0.3 of a second. That's an easy goal.
Credit Nolting.
That was the spark that lit the fire. Schellenberger has been quiet all weekend. So is Jeff Teat. Whoa!
Berger, hard dodge, carries behind the cage, a little backdoor cut by Stevens.
Wow.
And then the ridiculous backhand flip.
That's his only option, Ryan. That's his only option to score there. And Jake Stevens, to me, everyone talked.
Running start for Haag.
Great skip.
Over to the wing, Will Manny with a hat trick.
Got to respect that. And then boom, Manny's wide open.
You know, that longer pass allows Will Manny to get that shot off with low angle because Entenmann.
Jeff Teat, eyes up, looking to feed. He's got Xander Dixon. Last 2 goals for the Atlas.
Where's this been all weekend?
Schellenberger and Teat with the assists.
You know what I love about this second half? The first half was a slugfest. Slow to go offensively to get momentum. The off-ball play between the Jake Stevens, the Ryan Drenners, and now Xander Dixon coming to the party. It's been a masterclass. Like, these guys, and Will Manny as well, are moving so well off the ball in the anticipation of that pass. That's what made the...
A running start, Costabile. Teat stings the top shelf.
Here they come. Wins his matchup and then wisely finds Teat after generating the slide.
I've seen Jeff Teat shoot from that spot hundreds of times, and I have no clue if he's going high or low, and that's what makes it so hard for Colin Kirsch. You can't get a beat on that shot from that angle because from that same release, how many times have you seen him shoot low?
The last 3 goals for the Atlas, Schellenberger and Teat have had a hand in all 3.
We got a 3-point game, man.
Using the sub game, Drenner, look out, hesitation, left-hand rocket. Ryan Drenner
creating this opportunity on his own. We thought the Atlas had a run, but Drenner had some other ideas.
Connor Kirst on the rollback. Entenmann with a big save.
These goalies have been absolutely terrific. It's a 2-possession
matchup. Teat defended by Campbell. Wins the help coming, too late. Jeff Teat saw it.
Pump fakes, watch these little subtle moves. Little pump fake there. Eyes up, so he's freezing the defense. So if you do slide to him, I led the league in assists last year, so if you do slide, I'm gonna make you pay. Oh, by the way, I also...
Offense quickly, now they turn it over.
And that was Jeff Trainer coming from attack. So that strategy of him starting on attack and then running back, he was in position.
He's got a running start to the goal, and he scores! Nobody picked him up.
That's Trainer running over the midfield line from attack. He started that position in attack, picks it up, casually dodges, and then, sure, you're gonna turn on the afterburners and make you pay.
Quiet game for Nolting. Adler's done a good job on him. Nolting this time finds Haag. His second goal. And the Cannons now with a 3.
It's a post-up move.
Welcome back to Albany, Graydon.
He gets to his spot, he's patient. If you don't slide to him, he's gonna finish. 2 guys go to him, and it's just a little flick, a little lever pass, and boom.
You know what's funky about this dodge is normally you post up around that 5 hog.
Urgency ramps up for the Atlas, down 5. Teat to Schellenberger. It just might be too little too late, but those two have been heating up down the stretch.
But you know what this shows us? They play better when they're impatient.
Yes.
Like Teat
Yes.
and Schellenberger, like you shouldn't have to be down 5 goals. Like you're that good. Play impatient.
You almost kind of don't care about turnovers as much, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You trust Teat and Schellenberger in terms of their ability to assess risk-reward propositions. You've got the equalizer at Baptiste in the face-off stripe. So it's like, yeah, just take some more chances. For them, I'm just thinking back of all the 24 or 32-second violations they've had, all the shot clock violations. They should not have.
Precious seconds ticking away. Keelty, the takeaway on the MVP.
And the yard sale.
Now Nolting maneuvers the sideline.
Not exactly a night for a yard sale.
At what point do you press out with Entenmann? Long-range missile, Costabile saved Kirst. And that should do it.
Kirst was legit tonight. Kirst delivered.
17 saves, close to 60% in goal. Boston
fired up.
Gets the best of New York. Rivalry game to kick off Saturday night lacrosse. A slow first half, but the cannon fire plays in the rain. And Boston with a big second half.
Throwing the game in Utah where he lives with his wife, and he's one of those easy guys.